We all have areas in our lives that we wish were different, whether it's breaking bad habits, overcoming self-doubt, or finally achieving the goals we've set for ourselves. In the hustle of our daily routines filled with endless tasks and challenges, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Today, I want to unveil a profound truth from the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, which teaches us that it's not the events themselves, but our responses to them, that shape our destiny. What if the path to real lasting change was not through external fixes, but through fortifying our inner selves? By applying Stoic wisdom, we can transform every obstacle into a stepping stone towards personal mastery, turning frustration into empowerment and chaos into order. Join me as we explore practical Stoic strategies to reshape your life from the inside out, ensuring that every step you take is grounded in wisdom and resilience. Together, let's discover how this age-old philosophy can provide practical solutions for modern problems, helping us lead a more purposeful and resilient life. Stay with me as we dive deep into these timeless principles, uncovering ways to foster inner peace and strength no matter what life throws our way. If you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple free favor I'll ask from you is to hit the subscribe button and share the video with others who are on the same path with you. Today's content might challenge skeptics and provoke deep reflection, so I urge you to watch until the end to fully grasp the transformative potential of Stoicism in our everyday lives. Ready to start making real changes? Let's dive in. Embracing mindfulness is where our journey begins, a practice deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy and today widely recognized for its power to transform lives. In Stoicism, mindfulness is all about self-awareness. It's the practice of becoming deeply acquainted with your own thoughts, emotions, and impulses. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively in Meditations about the need to observe our own minds as an outsider might, recognizing thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. It's about creating space between what happens to us and how we respond. Think of mindfulness as holding a mirror to your mind and actions. It's about asking yourself, what am I thinking and why am I thinking it? How do these thoughts shape my actions? This isn't just about uncovering negativity. It's about understanding the patterns we repeat daily, often unconsciously. Many of us fall into routines that shape our lives in profound ways, whether we realize it or not. By paying close attention to these patterns, we can learn to steer ourselves in a direction that serves us rather than limits us. To the Stoics, mindfulness is a tool that helps us live with intentionality rather than drifting along in reaction to every thought and feeling. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This simple yet powerful idea reminds us that we have a choice in how we respond to life. Mindfulness is the act of noticing that space between stimulus and response and choosing to fill it with intention rather than impulsiveness. Psychologist Carl Jung spoke of this need for awareness as well. He said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." By practicing mindfulness, you begin to make conscious those thoughts and feelings that have been running on autopilot. You start to see yourself with a clear lens, gaining insight into why you behave as you do and noticing the roots of your reactions. This isn't about judgment, it's about observation. It's not about labeling thoughts as good or bad, but about seeing them for what they are and learning from them. The beauty of mindfulness is that it can be applied to any area of your life, whether it's your interactions with others, the way you respond to challenges, or how you deal with personal goals. Mindfulness allows you to pause and choose your response. This pause is where growth happens. It's where we replace mindless reactions with purposeful decisions that align with who we want to be. For the Stoics, this kind of self-mastery is essential to living a virtuous and fulfilled life. Take a moment to reflect on your daily routines and habits. Are there actions you repeat without even realizing? Habits that don't align with your goals or values? Maybe it's the way you react to stress or how you spend your time. This awareness is the first step to change. Journaling can be a powerful way to practice this. By writing down your thoughts and reviewing them, you bring your unconscious habits and beliefs to the surface, giving yourself the opportunity to understand and ultimately transform them. Remember, Mindfulness is a skill that takes practice. Start with small moments. When you feel frustration or impatience, pause and ask, why am I feeling this way? When you're about to make a decision, think, is this in line with the person I want to become? These small moments of awareness add up and over time reshape the way you live. In many ways, mindfulness is about building a friendship with yourself, one rooted in honesty, curiosity, and compassion. Taking responsibility for our lives is one of the hardest yet most liberating steps we can take. In Stoic philosophy, responsibility isn't about fault or blame. It's about recognizing that we hold the reins of our lives regardless of the circumstances. The Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events, we can always control how we respond to them. This fundamental idea invites us to see ourselves as the architects of our reality rather than passive recipients of fate. The concept of responsibility in Stoicism goes beyond mere ownership of actions. It's about embracing the role of active participant in our own lives. Epictetus reminds us, you are not your circumstances, you are your choices. To the Stoics, responsibility is power. When we stop attributing our current state to luck, other people, or past events, we unlock the potential to change our future. This shift isn't about disregarding the influence of external factors, but about choosing to focus on what we can change, our thoughts, decisions, and actions. In the world of modern psychology, this aligns closely with what's known as an internal locus of control. Those who possess this mindset believe they have control over their lives, that their choices matter, and that they are not merely victims of external forces. Psychologist Carl Jung emphasized that by taking ownership of our actions, we gain access to the unconscious drives and patterns that shape us. He famously said, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." When we accept responsibility, we move from a place of reaction to a place of intention, choosing how to navigate life rather than letting it dictate our path. But here's the thing, accepting responsibility isn't always comfortable. It often means acknowledging uncomfortable truths about ourselves, our habits, and our mindsets. Sometimes we may realize that we've been holding on to beliefs or excuses that keep us stuck. The Stoics didn't shy away from these realizations. They welcomed them as opportunities for growth. By taking responsibility, we make room for honest self-reflection. We begin to see where we've been avoiding difficult changes, where we've let fear or self-doubt hold us back, and where we've allowed ourselves to remain in situations that don't serve us. There's a powerful sense of freedom in this, even if it feels intimidating at first. When we take responsibility, we are no longer at the mercy of external forces. Instead, we see ourselves as empowered to shape our circumstances, regardless of their difficulty. This doesn't mean we won't face hardship, but it means that hardship won't define us. Stoic resolve is about standing firmly in the understanding that while life may throw challenges our way, we get to choose how we meet them. Consider the way the Stoics approached setbacks and adversity. To them, every challenge was a chance to practice virtue, a test of character. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound perspective teaches us that obstacles are not roadblocks, but opportunities to refine our resilience and strength. When we take responsibility for how we respond to these obstacles, we turn them into stepping stones, moving us closer to the person we aspire to become. Taking responsibility also involves releasing the need for excuses. We've all caught ourselves thinking, if only I had more time, or if only things were different. These thoughts might provide temporary comfort, but they rob us of growth. Stoicism challenges us to face the truth about these excuses, to see them as barriers we create to avoid confronting our own potential. Instead of saying, "I'll start tomorrow," the Stoic approach is to ask, "What can I do right now with what I have?" It's about recognizing that the perfect moment will never arrive. All we have is the present, and we must act within it. This mindset shift isn't easy, but it's transformative. Imagine viewing your life through the lens of responsibility. Instead of feeling limited by what others have done or what has happened, you start focusing on what you can do here and now to create change. This resolve, this commitment to responsibility, leads to a quiet confidence that whatever life throws at you, you have the power to handle it. It gives you resilience in the face of failure, understanding that setbacks don't define you. They simply test your resolve and reveal areas for growth. Taking responsibility is an ongoing practice. Each day, we're given countless opportunities to choose how we respond to the world around us, and each of these choices builds upon the last, slowly shaping the person we become. Setting clear, achievable goals is one of the most powerful actions we can take for ourselves, yet it is an area where many of us struggle. In Stoic philosophy, setting goals is not about grand ambitions or vague desires. Instead, it is about identifying what truly matters to us and taking practical, deliberate steps toward those objectives. The Stoics emphasize focusing only on what is within our control, and the process of goal setting is an extension of that principle. When we set goals with clarity, we create a roadmap for ourselves that keeps us on course, even in the face of setbacks. Many people set goals that are broad and indefinite, such as, "I want to be happy" or "I want to succeed." Seneca wisely reminds us, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Without a clear vision, we become adrift, vulnerable to distractions and external influences. Instead, we need to break our goals down into clear steps that define what success looks like in practical terms. This way, each action becomes purposeful, and we can measure our progress, ensuring that we are moving in the right direction. Modern psychology often refers to this as the smart approach to goal setting, creating goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. This framework aligns beautifully with Stoic principles as it focuses on what we want to accomplish and anchors us in actions that we can control. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be healthier," a specific goal might be, "I want to exercise 3 times a week and replace sugary drinks with water." These smaller, actionable steps provide something concrete to work on daily. Each step builds momentum, reinforcing our progress toward a greater objective. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of choosing goals that are meaningful. Epictetus taught that our focus should be on pursuits that cultivate virtue and resilience rather than fleeting desires or superficial achievements. When setting a goal, we should ask ourselves why it matters. Does it align with our values and foster growth? Or is it influenced by the expectations and opinions of others? The clearer we are on why our goals matter, the stronger our commitment to them will be, especially when challenges arise. Carl Jung once said, "Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes." Authentic goal setting requires introspection to understand what truly resonates with us. This self-awareness prevents us from pursuing goals that are mere echoes of societal expectations, grounding our ambitions in personal growth and values. Goal setting is not just about creating a checklist, it is about crafting a path. Each small goal should serve as a stepping stone that leads closer to a larger aim. For instance, if someone wants to cultivate a Stoic mindset, they might set a series of goals that include daily meditation, journaling, or reading a Stoic text for 10 minutes each morning. While these actions may seem small on their own, over time they compound and lead to lasting transformation. As each small goal is achieved, it creates a sense of accomplishment and progress, which fuels the motivation to continue. Stoic philosophy also teaches us to set goals that are challenging yet realistic. Goals should stretch us without overwhelming us. There is a fine balance between ambition and practicality. Goals that are overly ambitious risk leading to burnout and frustration, while goals that are too easy deny us the growth that comes from pushing our boundaries. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good person should be. Be one." This is a call to focus on action rather than perfection. We do not need flawless goals or an ideal plan to begin. We simply need to start, adjust as we go, and stay committed to the journey. Once goals are set, it is crucial to revisit and adjust them regularly. Life is unpredictable, and circumstances often change, so our goals should remain flexible. This adaptability allows us to refine our objectives without feeling like we have failed. The Stoics valued resilience and adaptability, viewing every change as an opportunity to exercise virtue and wisdom. If a goal no longer aligns with who we are or with our current circumstances, we should not hesitate to revise it. The purpose of goal setting is not rigid adherence to an unchanging plan, but meaningful progress. It is also important to celebrate small wins along the way. Too often, we focus solely on the end result, forgetting that each step we take is part of the journey. In Stoicism, the journey itself is as valuable as the destination. Acknowledging even minor progress reinforces positive habits and keeps us motivated. Each step forward is a reminder of our capacity to grow and achieve. Resilience and consistency lie at the heart of personal growth, and these qualities were deeply valued by the Stoics. Life often throws challenges our way when we least expect them, but Stoicism teaches us that while we cannot control external events, we can control our internal responses. This shift in perspective is where resilience begins. In the Stoic sense, resilience is not about avoiding difficulty but facing it head-on, adapting, and continuing forward. Marcus Aurelius expressed this beautifully: the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Obstacles are not meant to stop us, but to strengthen us as we move through them. Resilience can be seen as a muscle. The more we use it, the stronger it becomes. Every challenge faced and overcome trains us to handle greater obstacles in the future. Resilience is not just about enduring hardship, it is about learning from it and using each setback as an opportunity to grow. Carl Jung captured this concept when he said, "I am not what happened to me, I am what I choose to become." Resilience is the choice to keep moving forward, transforming adversity into a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. Consistency is resilience's closest companion. Without consistency, even the strongest resolve weakens over time. It is easy to feel motivated at the start of a journey, but that initial motivation often fades. Stoicism teaches that motivation is fleeting, like a passing breeze, whereas consistency is cultivated through discipline. Epictetus wisely noted, "No great thing is created suddenly, any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. This patience in the face of delayed results is a cornerstone of consistency. True progress requires a commitment to steady, often small steps that accumulate over time. Building consistency can be as simple as establishing routines that support our goals. These routines do not need to be complex. In fact, simplicity is often more sustainable. Perhaps it is starting the day with 10 minutes of mindfulness or journaling at night to reflect. Over time, these small actions become second nature, creating a foundation that strengthens our resolve. When challenges arise, these routines remind us of our goals and keep us grounded. The Stoics were strong advocates of daily practices, rituals that centered them, prepared them for adversity, and aligned them with their values. Building a routine is, in essence, building a support system for resilience and consistency, enabling us to navigate life's challenges while staying true to our objectives. Resilience and consistency are deeply tied to self-discipline, which is the ability to stay committed to our intentions even when the initial excitement fades or challenges arise. The Stoics viewed discipline as a crucial element of living a virtuous life, understanding that perseverance is essential even when staying on course feels difficult. Each time we honor a commitment despite challenges, we strengthen our ability to remain steady under pressure. This discipline fosters consistency, and in turn, consistency builds resilience. Resilience also involves learning how to manage failure. Stoicism teaches that failure is not something to fear, but a natural part of growth. When we fail, it becomes an opportunity to reflect, adjust, and try again with greater wisdom. Rather than viewing failure as a defeat, we can see it as valuable feedback, guiding us toward better approaches. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy, encouraging us not to let failure define or deter us, but instead to let it refine us. Each setback or challenge is a chance to cultivate resilience, grow stronger, and become more capable. Resilience also involves cultivating patience with ourselves. Personal growth is a gradual process that doesn't happen overnight. In a world that often prioritizes instant results, Stoicism reminds us that true progress is subtle and requires time. Seneca advised pursuing a straight course and striving for goals where the words pleasant and honorable align. This Stoic perspective encourages patience, appreciation of the process, and trust that consistent effort each day brings us closer to our goals. It emphasizes a quiet strength that sustains us without needing immediate rewards. By developing resilience and consistency, we become less reactive and more adaptable when life's inevitable uncertainties arise. Resilience keeps us grounded, allowing us to adjust without feeling defeated, as setbacks are not the journey's end but part of it. The Stoics believed our strength lies in adaptability, in meeting each situation with a clear mind and an open heart, ready to learn and grow. Facing life with resilience prepares us to make thoughtful decisions rather than reacting out of frustration or impatience. The Stoics taught that our thoughts shape our experience of the world, emphasizing that the mind can be our greatest ally or obstacle. A mindset rooted in strength, purpose, and positivity allows us to handle adversity with grace and focus on what truly matters. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This foundation of a positive Stoic mindset doesn't mean ignoring difficulties or forcing optimism, but cultivating a realistic, empowered outlook. The Stoics recognize that life is unpredictable and filled with events beyond our control, but they believed in our ability to govern how we think about and respond to these events. It's not about dismissing negative feelings, but choosing not to be dominated by them. By training ourselves to view situations objectively and respond rather than react, we discover peace that remains undisturbed by external circumstances. The Stoic principle of amor fati, or the love of one's fate, teaches us to embrace all that happens, both good and bad, as opportunities for growth. Instead of resisting or resenting difficult situations, the Stoic asks, "What can I learn from this?" Or, "How can this experience shape me for the better?" Viewing challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles transforms life's difficulties into meaningful moments. This doesn't mean enjoying hardships, but accepting them as part of life's journey, recognizing their potential to teach us valuable lessons. Carl Jung echoed this perspective, stating, "I am not what happened to me. I am what I choose to become." This aligns with the Stoic belief that we are defined not by our experiences, but by how we interpret and respond to them. A positive Stoic mindset turns setbacks into building blocks for character development, using pain and failure to grow wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Gratitude plays a crucial role in cultivating a positive Stoic mindset. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to appreciate what he had and be grateful for life's simple blessings. Gratitude shifts our focus from lack to abundance, helping us maintain a positive outlook even in tough times. Recognizing and appreciating what we already have fosters resilience and perspective, allowing us to navigate challenges with greater clarity and strength. Practicing detachment is another vital aspect of this mindset. The Stoics taught that much of our suffering stems from attachment, whether to outcomes, possessions, or specific expectations. By letting go of the need for things to be a certain way, we free ourselves from unnecessary anxiety and disappointment. This doesn't mean abandoning goals, but understanding that our worth and happiness are not tied to external results. Epictetus advised, "Make the best use of what is in your power, and take the rest as it happens." Focusing on what we can control and releasing what we can't builds a mindset that is both positive and resilient. Self-compassion is equally important in the Stoic approach. While Stoicism emphasizes discipline and self-control, it also values kindness toward oneself. We all fall short of our ideals, and a positive Stoic mindset allows us to forgive ourselves, learn from mistakes, and move forward without unnecessary guilt. Treating ourselves with the patience and understanding we'd offer a friend fosters growth and resilience. living with purpose is another core aspect of a Stoic mindset. Knowing our values and aligning our actions with them provides a deep sense of fulfillment and positivity. The Stoics viewed living a virtuous life as the ultimate goal, guided by wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. Purpose-driven actions feel meaningful, fueling a positive outlook and grounding us in something greater than ourselves. Daily reflection is a simple yet effective practice to cultivate this mindset. Taking time to evaluate our thoughts and actions helps us remain mindful and rooted in Stoic principles, reminding us of our power to choose a positive response. The Stoics understood that a strong mind requires a strong body. Prioritizing health and self-care was not considered a luxury, but a necessity for living a fulfilled life. Epictetus regarded the body as a gift and a tool to nurture, enabling us to pursue our goals with energy and focus. Self-care, from a Stoic perspective, is about discipline, the daily choice to engage in practices that nourish us even without immediate gratification. Exercise, for instance, builds strength and resilience over time, reinforcing our commitment to our well-being. Physical health complements mental and emotional health, as Seneca highlighted, emphasizing the need for balance and rest. Practices like meditation, journaling, and intentional eating foster clarity and resilience, while adequate sleep restores the body and mind, preparing us to face challenges with patience and strength. The Stoic approach to mental self-care includes guarding the mind against negative influences and surrounding oneself with uplifting people and environments. Epictetus advised keeping company with those who inspire and support us, which applies to our choices of media, conversations, and habits. Emotional self-care involves understanding and managing our feelings without being controlled by them. Practices like journaling provide clarity and stress relief, enabling us to approach life with calmness and inner strength. By prioritizing self-care, we not only enhance personal well-being, but also become better equipped to contribute positively to society, living with purpose and resilience. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in how we care for ourselves amidst life's challenges. By embracing resilience, cultivating a positive mindset, and prioritizing self-care, we create a life of purpose, peace, and inner power, continually growing wiser, stronger, and more capable.